and thank you for joining me for Lunchtime Look. My name is Sharon Rogers, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wells, Maine. And every Thursday at lunchtime, I like to bring you a quick and easy project. This one's just a tad bit longer than normal, but it's still under 15 minutes. And it's a fun fold, so I think you might enjoy it. Let's get started. Let's begin by bringing in a piece of pecan pie for our card base. And we're going to cut that so that it is 4 1/4 by 11. So just down the center at 4 1/4. And then we will turn it and score it at 2 1/8. So the light gray blade, and 2 1/8 is 2 marks past the 2-inch. And then 4 1/4, and then 5 1/2. And these measurements will be in the tutorial that I send out in my Monday email. And I need to cut another piece. Now this is 4 1/4 inches, and I need it to be, it's already 4 1/4 this way, and I need it to be 3 3/8. And this is our front panel, and we're going to set that aside. Next, I need some basic white, and I need 3 pieces, and they are all 4 1/8 inches in one of the dimensions. So let's go ahead and cut that at 4 1/8. And then we need one that measures 3 1/4. Let's see, 3 1/4 by 4 1/8. And we need one that measures 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. And they need one that measures 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. So 2 marks past the 4. All right, so that's just a square piece. We will need a couple pieces of scraps. So we're going to need a Daffodil Delight scrap and a basic white scrap. So I'll just keep those handy. And then we need some Designer Series paper. And I'm bringing in the Floral Delight. And I really like this pattern, but I think I'm going to use this pattern right here. And if you're using a directional pattern paper, such as this one, you want to make the width of it to be 3 1/8. So 2 marks past the 3. And the height of it is going to be 4 inches. So that's what's going to be on our front panel. And then you need a coordinating piece, and for that I'm going to bring in this paper that has this beautiful kind of canvas or burlap, I guess, burlap look to it. And I need that to be 1 inch wide, and I need 2 pieces that are 1 by 4. So I cut the 1, and now I'm just going to cut 2 4s. Technically, I cut 3 4s, but I don't need one of these. All right, so now we have all our pieces. We're going to bring in our card base, and we're going to fold on that half mark at the 5 1/2 inch. And then the one that's right next to it, I'm going to fold back to create a valley fold. So it dips in like a valley. And then this one right here is also going to be a valley fold. So when you stand it up, you have something that looks like this. And this area right here, this is where our book binding is going to be. So if you've ever made a book binding card, this is pretty standard. You're going to adhere that down with a strong adhesive. I like green glue. Seal Plus would work as well. Probably tear and tape. I don't think basic adhesive is really strong enough, you know, like just a regular seal. And now what we're going to do is we're going to decorate that little piece. So remember that little white strip we cut and one of these burlap pattern strips? We're going to adhere those two together. And then we're going to adhere that in that area that we just glued down. So just like that, get that centered. Lovely. Now you would think we'd want to keep working on the front, but we actually want to go to the inside. So I'm going to take the square piece of white, and if you wanted to stamp on this first, that's a good idea because, you know, in case you make a boo-boo, you can always flip it over. But you're going to just adhere this right in here, and it should go pretty good, just like that. All right. And then you're going to take this other piece of burlap and you're going to put it right on the edge here so that the top, right, and bottom margins are all about the same. So it will mimic this one over here. And we're going to take our other panels that we have cut, this DSP, we will adhere to the white panel, the only one that's left. And then we're going to adhere that to the pecan pie. So we'll just get that centered. All right. Now this goes on the front, but we don't line up these two edges. This edge is actually going to stick out a little bit over because we want this piece right here to be centered on our card. And if you, I'll try to come in closer to get this centered so I can see this just over a little bit onto that burlap and over here too. To get that centered, this front piece sticks over about a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch, but it's somewhere around 1/4 of an inch, I think. Might be an 1/8 of an inch. Oh, don't put your glue on here. Put your glue on this little panel right here. So when you close it, make sure you've got your paper right side up. You just want to center it. You can eyeball it. And it's going to be glued right here. And it's hard to see, but that does definitely look like 1/4 of an inch right there. And so that is the basic card. And now we just need a sentiment on the front. I'm going to bring in my mixed labels bundle. So it's got all these, a lot of word images, a couple of, a label image and a floral image. And the dies that go with it are largely label ones. We do have these leaves and this little cross hatchy, I don't know, thing that you artistically put on there. That's really not what I'm generally comfortable with. So I'm going to bring in the For a Great Friend stamp. And this is Garden Green that's in here. So I'll be stamping in Garden Green. This on a piece of scrap white. I think this is going to be large enough to go this way. And if I put this around it, I'm going to bring in a little bit of mint tape to just, you can use washi tape, Post-it note, whatever. Hold this in place. I can't die cut this label first because I don't trust cling stamps to be centered properly, so that's why I stamp first and then die cut when I'm using cling stamps. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We have plates 1, 2, 3. We then have our dies going through. They can go through at the same time. Here's one. Here's the other. Get this out of the way. And I don't know if you can see some of the detail on the edges of this. I don't know if that'll zoom in or not for you. Same in here. There's detail on the images of on the front of that as well. Let's bring in some dimensionals. We'll adhere this to the Daffodil Delight just by centering it. And then we're going to adhere this to the card. Using dimensionals as well. Oh, for a second, I thought I put it upside down. And you can put it high, low. I think I'm going to put it right here based on how everything goes. And I'm going to bring in this 1/4 inch white ribbon. It's kind of a gauze ribbon. It reminds me a lot of gauze. It's very soft. It's very pliable. It's not going to cause, oops, a little wrapped up here. It's not going to cause undue bulk in the mail, so that's good. I just want this, I want my bows to be little. And I twist it every time I do that, but let's see. Okay. We take these scissors and we'll trim our ends. I'm going to bring in a glue dot, and as usual, I'm using up some of my extra paper pumpkin glue dots because I have so many of them. I love the paper pumpkin, gives us so many. And there we have a cute little ribbon on there for a great friend. What a pretty card. And that is our lunchtime look. I hope you enjoyed that fun fold. Don't forget, I'm going to be giving you the directions and all the measurements in my Monday email. So if you have not yet subscribed to my email, you can find the link for that in the description of this video. Or if you're watching on Facebook, you can see it in the post. So go ahead and sign up to get my emails. I send you one every Monday that have a tutorial, at least one tutorial in it, as well as upcoming events and specials, and just want to keep you in the know. Have a great rest of your week. You just have one more day before the weekend, and I hope it's a great one.